Welcome to Pastor Andrew's Inspirations. If you enjoy these videos, please click the red subscribe button below and the bell for more. Welcome to our online church, a congregation made up of many from around the world. No offering is necessary. Subscribing and watching videos will keep us alive under God's watchful eyes. Today we will be talking about biblical names starting with H, Part 3. This part consists of 3 sections, this being Section B. But goddess, give up your strong grief. Let go of your infinite anger. Hades isn't an unsuitable son-in-law among the gods. Lord of the many dead, your own brother from the same seed. As your honor, he won the third share back when the division was made, and now lives among those whom he was allotted to rule. The Homeric hymn to Demeter. Notwithstanding current meanings of death as evil, Hades was actually more unselfishly inclined in mythology. Hades was depicted as docile and never portrayed harmfully. His role was often upholding relative balance. That said, he was also shown as cold and stern, and he held of his subjects evenly answerable to his laws. Any other individual aspects of his personality are not given, as Greeks ceased from giving him much thought to avoid drawing his attention. Hades ruled the dead, helped by others over whom he had whole power. The house of Hades was defined as full of guests, though he rarely left the underworld. He cared little about what transpired in the world above, as his main devotion was ensuring none of his people ever left his domain. He severely banned his people to leave his domain, and would become quite enraged when anyone tried to leave, or if someone tried to steal the souls from his realm. His wrath was equally terrible for anyone who tried to cheat death, or otherwise crossed him, as Sisyphus and Perithous found out to their sorrow. While usually indifferent to his subjects, Hades was very absorbed on the castigation of these two people, chiefly Perithous, as he broke into the underworld in an attempt to steal Persephone, and therefore he was forced onto the chair of forgetfulness. Another myth is about the Greek god Asclepius, who was first a demigod, son of Apollo and Coronis, a Thessalian princess. During his lifetime, he became a famous and talented physician, who finally was able to bring the dead back to life. Feeling resentful, Pluton persuaded Zeus to kill him with a thunderbolt. After his death, he was brought to Olympus, where he became a god. Hades was only shown outside of the underworld once in a myth, and even that is thought to have been an instance where he had just left the gates of the underworld, which was when Heracles shot him with an arrow as Hades was trying to defend the city of Pylos. After he was shot, but he traveled to Olympus to heal. Besides Heracles, the only other living people who attempted to the underworld were also heroes. Odysseus, Aeneas accompanied by the Sibyl, Orpheus, to whom Hades showed uncharacteristic mercy at Persephone's urging, who was enthused by Orpheus's music. Theseus with Perithous, and in a late romance, Psyche. None of them were pleased with what they saw in the realm of the dead. The Greek war hero Achilles, whom Odysseus conjured with a blood libation, said, "O shining Odysseus, never try to console me for dying. I would rather follow the plow as thrall to another man, one with no land allotted to him and not much to live on, than be a king over all the perished dead." Achilles' soul to Odysseus, Homer, Odyssey. Luce was the most attractive of the nymphs and the daughter of Oceanus. Hades fell in love with her and seized her to the underworld. She lived out the span of her life in his realm, and when she died, the gods sought consolation by creating a proper monument of their love. In the Elysian fields, where the pious spend their afterlife, he brought a white tree into existence. It was the tree with which Heracles crowned himself to celebrate his return from the underworld. Minth was a nymph of the river Cocytus, who became Hades' mistress. A jealous Persephone crushed the nymph under her foot, changing her into garden mint in the process. Hades changed his dead lover into a mint herb after Persephone tore her into pieces for sleeping with him. In another account, Hades had kept Minth as his mistress before he married Persephone, and set her aside afterwards. Minth boasted of being more beautiful than Persephone, and that Hades would soon take her back. In anger over the hubris directed toward her daughter, Demeter trampled Minth and turned her into mint. This was the biblical name starting with H, Part 3, Section B. Please stay tuned for Section C, continuing with this story. If you like these videos, please click on the red subscribe button below and the bell for more. Adonai Nisi, the Lord is our banner. God's blessings be upon us all.